everybody. Welcome to Picksburgh. My name is Anthony, and you are at the TGT offices for at least two-fourths of us, if I can count. But big what's up to everybody. The chef's reminding us all. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
It's what we do.
What I'm talking about. It's a way of life.
It is the way of life.
Paul goes, Tar Heels! So, I want to just start by introducing my guys before we get started. Got my guy Gate City Paul over there. We're giving a hard time, but he's a good guy. So if you guys haven't followed him over on YouTube, he has a YouTube channel by the name of Gate City Paul as well. I also have our Instagrams all scrolling below if you guys want to give us a follow over there. I'll go live anytime we're like out doing some like baller type stuff. So you guys might see some cool behind the scenes footage. If you give us a follow there, got my guy Chef Marte right below me. His Insta's below, as well as my guy Hot Hands Hashek, both integral members of the TGT fam. So before we get started, Chef, tell everybody what you're doing there, man. Like you're back in chilly Pittsburgh. Give us an update. How's the City of Steel?
City of Steel is cold. It kind of sucks. It's good to be home. It's really great to see the wife and kids for a little while. I'm kind of going to be commuting back and forth for the unforeseen future, and just roll with it until this company gets where we need to get it.
Heck yeah. Absolutely.
I'll be back Super Bowl Sunday, though.
Yay. Can't wait to get you back, man. Alan was just asking, what are we doing for the Super Bowl? I said, I don't know. I just know the chef's coming in like early in the morning and pick him up and go from there. What time is the Super Bowl LA
buddy.
time? It's probably like hella
3:30. 3:30.
That ain't bad. Big shout out to a few people in the chat here. We got my guy DJ in the house. Good to see you, brother. Really appreciate you being here. Got my man Art in the house. What is up, man? Any chance your cards are in the mail? Alan, do you know if Art's cards are in the mail?
I'm not sure.
I will. We'll look on that and we'll let you know probably by the end of the show. Possibly. Alan may have located them already. Got my guy Brad Barr in the house. Got my man Tally. What is up, my dude? Good to see you, brother.
What's up?
Always a pleasure. We got the best mom in the whole wide world. Don't care about how good yours is. Mine is better. What up, Mom? Good to see you.
You'll get no arguments from me on that one.
Yep. Yeah, she's pretty dope. She kind of kicks butt, which makes me kind of kick butt because I'm like 50% of her DNA. So it works out well. Yes, sir. Art, we'll get you all squared away, man. I'll make sure your stuff gets located or whatever before I leave the office today. And we'll make sure you get a nice, clean package.
It's clean.
Cleanest I've ever seen.
Real clean.
So, Paul, what's good in the hood over there in the Gate City, man? Like, I know you've been making a lot of real good connections with a lot of the shows and stuff like that over there.
Well, it's been kind of bleak here. It snowed last weekend, and then then this weekend it rained all weekend. So I've been inside. But I've been talking with a promoter out of Charlotte, kind of making a connection with him. Talked to him a little bit today, not very much. I actually talked to our guy Thomas out there in Wilmington not too terribly long ago. So he wants us to come back too, and I told him I'd pass the word along. I forgot to tell you that earlier. Apologize for that. Yeah. So he wants us to come back. So, so that's where I'm at. I ripped a bunch of wax. I'm going to put it up on my channel here.
Nice.
Soon. I got a vlog coming out tomorrow. I forgot to finish up today. There might be an appearance by somebody. Wait, at the end. Wait, oh, Anthony's in it at the end. So
to your right. Point to your right. Point to your right. Point to your right.
It's always
that's it. That's right.
Me?
But, yeah. I mean, Anthony will make a small, brief appearance at the end. So,
Nice.
I have that vlog out tomorrow. It's about the Mooresville card show that I went to 2 weekends ago. So, real packed show. Short video too. I'm trying to do less than 10-minute videos. So,
Nice.
small watch.
Yeah, dude.
So, but I got a bunch of wax. I lucked up. I picked up 17 hoops solo packs. So I got a bunch of ripped into a bunch of those. Pulled a bunch of Carmelos. Not Carmelos, excuse me.
Lamellos. Lamellos.
A bunch of Lamellos. So
Nice.
and then I was supposed to go to see his brother play, but they postponed the game due to COVID.
That sucks.
This is what's his name? The middle brother plays D League team right here in Greensboro. So I was going to go see him play. Was it last week sometime? But then they postponed the game because of COVID. I guess they didn't have enough players.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That would have been awesome, though. Jello's my guy, man. You find like autos of him from like back in the day, like Chino Hill style. They're like real expensive, believe it or not. And I know this because I have a sickness. I buy terrible cards that should not have value.
Correct.
And I don't know that I'll ever stop. That's the problem.
Yep.
Just mo money, mo terrible cards.
Mo cards. Oh,
Got
I
him
mean,
my
I've seen some of these terrible cards lately, haven't I?
Yes. I may have been ridiculed in a meeting this week for having a prized Helen Keller card. Yeah, DJ Anderson and Connor.
I don't even think that sentence should go together. Prized Helen Keller card.
Prized Helen Keller.
Hey, that sucker's a top scroll, man.
There's a fire in the office.
It's Clyde.
There's a fire in the office. You're grabbing your Helen Keller.
Like I told you. I'm right next to it.
Look, Helen didn't even properly put her back in a case.
They've been scammed.
My precious.
That's right there, man.
Yeah, so we've been having some fun. We've been cranking through some scans today, guys, getting some cards in. Our graders have been kicking butt, plowing through some orders. So happy to report that. I would imagine you guys are probably getting some website updates. But the next real big thing we have planned is at the end of the month, February 26th, we're going to be in Virginia Beach doing the Virginia Beach Expo again, Pembroke's show. So it's going to be really awesome. Looking forward to that. Last time we went there, the chef hooked us up with like the nicest hotel out of like any of the cities we've gone to. It's like right on the beach. Like it was so romantic. I looked at my guy Drew over at Slab It Up, and he looked at me, and it was like almost one of those magic moments where we just knew that we were gonna have a blast.
Meanwhile, when
Luther Vandross started playing in the background, lights got dimmed.
When Anthony and I go to shows, we get rooms with bullet holes.
Look in your eyes.
Yeah. I think that was a snuggle time under the Anderson Varejao blanket. I'm sure.
Actually, my go-to on the road.
I'm sure that's happened.
My go-to on the road, whenever I turn around, I look at Paul at the end of the night, is tonight. I celebrate my love for you.
And that's about the time the bullet came through the door. In Jacksonville.
Was that the first show we went to together on the bullet hole?
Yep.
Yeah, so guys, we get there and like we walk in, like I'm pretty sure Marty might have booked it too, but we get there and it's supposed to be like two like queen beds, and it's literally like we're greeted by a bullet hole in the door, and we open it up and it's one king size, and Paul turns around to me, he's like, oh hell no, this is not gonna work.
No.
I didn't drive 4 hours to stay in a bullet-ridden hotel.
It was
So
a very
the real question is, who was the big
time,
spoon?
It was a big spending hotel.
Yeah.
Worst part is that was not a cheap hotel, man.
No.
The bullet
it
holes.
cost as
I
much to
packed
stay
for
there as
bullet
it
holes.
did like that nice one that we get in Virginia Beach.
That's funny.
The reviews were good. What does that tell you about the area, man?
Oh my
Horrible.
God.
A little suspect.
Horrible.
It's like every other house
Actually,
must be a crack
actually,
house.
Anthony,
Hey,
what's
you'd be
funny-
better off in a tent.
What's funny is that Tom's
Use
Blues, the
delightful
Jacksonville
gentleman.
show. It's on the same road as that hotel, just like 2 hotels down from where we stayed at in Jacksonville. So
Nice.
that ought to be fun.
Nice.
I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to go to. It's on March 4th, 5th, and 6th. So it'll be the weekend after the Jackson or the Virginia Beach. So I got to decide whether I want to drive back to the beach that weekend.
I think me and Alan are going to go hunting for a Cali card show this weekend. So if anybody knows of
possible.
anything popping this Saturday, let us know. 'Cause
Yep.
we'll be on the prowl.
Hunt,
Next
hunt,
week,
hunt.
If
baby.
not, I might
That's
just-
when we're going to the shows.
If
Next
not,
week-
I might
oh,
fall
next
back
week
on
too.
old reliable. Since the chef's been gone, I've been going to like Universal like every Saturday since chef hasn't been here. But I've been ripping considerably less cards too because let's be honest, you kind of have a problem. But it's a good problem that I can exploit for YouTube views. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Half
Touche.
truth.
That's funny.
So I'm going to start it off with a question. What did everyone think of the NBA trades today?
Oh, are they
The only
done?
We
Yeah,
have
or is there
Tyrese
more?
Halliburton and Buddy Hield heading to Indianapolis
Yeah.
for a package led by Sabonis. We also had CJ McCollum heading to New Orleans for a package headlined by, I believe it was Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Josh Hart, and some draft picks.
Yeah, that's the only one that I heard of. I didn't hear about the anyone, but that CJ McCullough one's really good. I like that. I like that move.
Good for me.
Everything I've been reading is that Dame signed off on it, and if that's the case, I think he gives them a year to turn it around. Otherwise, I think they go full rebuild, which honestly, I'd love to see Dame being able to chase for a championship.
You know
That
where
guy's
Dame's
been
gonna
loyal
come.
to some absolute dog crap teams.
Dude, Dame is going to come to the Lakers. That's what's going to happen. He's going to team up with LeBron and AD,
Yeah,
and
good.
they're going to win several championships. That's what's going to happen.
How long is Westbrook still under contract for?
That's not happening.
You don't
One
think
Is it one more
year.
year? Just that? Okay.
1 year.
Look at the cap space that the Lakers have. They don't have the room to sign Leonard. And the reason I look at this, I saw an interesting
Leonard.
thing, is every time LeBron leaves, that team ends up rebuilding for the next 5 years. So I just don't I don't see them having the cap space to sign somebody like Dame unless he takes a massive pay cut.
If they get off that Westbrook contract, they will have the money to sign Dame.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Out of all three of them, Westbrook's been the most, he's been the most consistent. Not consistently, scoring points, but he's played every game. He's not been hurt. He's playing. LeBron's not playing. He's been out again. Anthony's been out for a while. Just ups and down. Andre Drummond's been out. Not Andre Drummond.
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan. He's been out for a few games. He's the only one that's been consistently playing.
That is true.
The Lakers, as they sit next year, have 5 guys under contract. They'll have Westbrook, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Horton Tucker, and Kendrick Nunn, and that would put them $22 million under the cap.
It's not a lot of room.
The cap went up is going up this offseason too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So if they moved a Horton Tucker, who's $10 million contract, that would open up $32 million.
That's what I'm saying. 22 is not enough in the NBA right now.
But if you move a Horton Tucker, it'll be a sign and trade. It would be a sign and trade deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
a
here's
3
the thing. I think they're too
Maybe
high on
3
Tucker, or they would have traded him last year to get Westbrook. They would have. That's what I think. I think they're too high on him. Vogel's very high.
Vogel's probably not going to be there next year. Let's call that what it is.
That's true.
Which
too,
I
yeah.
personally don't agree with. I think Vogel, quite frankly, has been handed a crap sandwich and then he has to make a gourmet meal. Like, there's no spacing on that team. Westbrook's a complete net negative. I mean, I know he's consistently been there, but he's also consistently sucked.
Yeah, he does suck.
Look at his turnover numbers. Like, Westbrook, I'm sorry. I've said this for years. Westbrook is the single most overrated player in basketball.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of Westbrook. Now, Here's the thing. What game was that? Just the one where the other team won right at the end. Like he slid down to double, and he slid way out of position. If he was in the right spot, he would have trapped the guy in the corner. It didn't happen. He's a horrible defender. So
I would imagine this is probably going to be good for Halliburton's cards because he doesn't have Deere and Fox to compete with anymore, and he can kind of be that guy now. I would imagine, because they don't really have anybody.
I love the upside of Halliburton right now
on the team. Right. So I would imagine Halliburton is definitely going to be a good thing for him.
But I mean, still kind of begs the question though: is New Orleans still building around Zion, or have they moved past him?
I'd have to imagine if you have a what should be a generational talent when actually healthy and like under 300 pounds, you got to build around Zion until he doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I totally would try to make Zion work as much as possible. I mean, unless it's to the point where they're like this guy's like Jamarcus Russell work ethic. Like I would try to make Zion work because he's just.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Thanks, Anthony. That hurt.
Sorry, I couldn't think of anyone lazier. Oh no, actually, I probably could, but it would probably be highly offensive to some people.
Ryan Lee.
What's up to my guy Dave, Parabellum Gaming, all the way over in Australia. Good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure.
I'm trying to think of Halliburton because that's like a crowded backcourt over there now. There's like 4 guys
over in Indy.
Yeah, Brogdon.
They just moved LeVert.
I know, but they have him, Brogdon, Heald, Duarte. The rookie Duarte is there. So it just depends how they operate.
I would go as far as to say that he and Brogdon are essentially the traditional
starters. The starters.
Yeah, and then you have to look at Duarte and who am I missing?
3-guard offense. Probably a 3-guard offense.
Heald. They're going to be. I would imagine they're going to be more like a 2. When I don't know if TJ Warren's back yet or not. I got to be honest. I don't really pay too much attention to the Pacers.
I think they're not done moving pieces. I think they're going to move someone again.
You mean you're not?
They're sitting lovely for next offseason.
You're not heavily plugged into Indiana basketball, Marty? Like, come on.
No.
Man.
No way.
I'm missing the boat, man.
And then Westbrook has a player option at the end of this year, so that's something to think about. That would be $47 million off the book.
You know he's going to accept
$47 million
because no one else is going to pay that man $47 million.
He probably has the paperwork set up and filled out and sitting there.
Oh my God! I would. I would if I knew I wasn't worth that kind of money.
God.
Oh, nice. Dave says he's packing his cards for the next submission.
Najee kaboom.
Najee kaboom. Nice.
Oh,
I'll make sure to intercept that when it comes to the office.
Yep. I've already intercepted it.
Okay, who's outbidding me?
You're my best friend in the world, but I think that legitimately would call for a throat punch.
Yeah, or at least like a knife edge chop or a crotch kick. One of the two. Bishop, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Really appreciate it.
Ooh, sriracha coffee.
Ooh. He puts that bleep on everything, even his coffee.
Yep, sriracha coffee. Oh.
Yeah, so big weekend this weekend, guys. We got the Super Bowl coming up. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty pumped. I think we got something to settle, though, between me and the chef. We tied on the season, and then we could have used the Super Bowl predictions as a tiebreaker, but we both split it right down the middle. I got the NFC right, and he got the AFC right. So it's like that doesn't even break our tie. So
the game will break it.
The game should break it.
We're getting some serious echoes with you guys, just so you know.
Let me turn off the
How about now? Can you guys still hear me all right? If I just talk louder?
Well, you're muted now, so no, we can't hear you.
Me and Alan will just take turns muting each other. He's not as clean as I am.
Turn your volume off. Turn now. Talk. You're good.
Fine.
1, 2, 1, 2. Is it playing? Can you hear me? All right. I'll just talk next to Alan.
Better.
Maybe. Should I whisper sweet nothings in his ears, guys?
I'd be insulted if you didn't. So, who is everyone taking for the game?
Paul goes first.
I'm good.
Paul goes first. Paul's first.
Oh, wrong way. Wrong way.
Paul.
There we go.
Paul's first. Paul's first. No, I don't know who to pick then.
Who do you damn to be the next Jim Machine Gun Kelly?
Here's the thing. Everybody who's counted Cincinnati out has been proven wrong. I think they have more momentum going into the game than LA does. However, I think LA does have the home field advantage, whether you want to call it that or not. So I think it's a very even push. What I'm hoping, though, is that we've had some of the most outstanding playoffs in the history of the playoffs. So I'm hoping for not a crappy Super Bowl, which, could happen as well. But I'm going Bengals +4.
Guess what time it is, gentlemen? Woo!
Yeah, so I am going to fade Paul.
Fade Paul.
I am going
Everyone's
to
fading Paul.
That's only because I was actually picking the Rams anyway, just because of I just feel like with the weaknesses in the line.
Anthony, we can't hear a word you're saying, buddy.
Go ahead. I'll mute.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I am going to fade Paul, and I'm going to take the Rams, but that's only because they were kind of like the team I was going to pick anyway. I think that with Cooper Kupp, I think he's going to eat for one. I think that the Rams defensive line and linebacking core is going to just come against the offensive line of the Bengals, and I could just really see maybe even 10 sacks on Joe Burrow because of that. I do think Burrow's going to play well, though. I think that you're going to see a lot of Higgins, a lot of Mixon, and a lot of Tyler Boyd, because I really feel like they're going to try to shut down Jamar Chase for the game with Ramsey. I mean, that's what I would do if I had literally the best corner in the league. I'd be take this guy out the game. But I definitely do think that it's going to be a close game. I literally think it's going to be the Rams by three or less. So I don't even know that they will cover the 3.5 point spread. I think it's going to be that close. It's going to probably be a shootout. Marty can go. Where are you going, Chef?
All right, I'm also taking the method of fading a certain Paul here. Basically, same rationale. I remember watching Joe Burrow get sacked literally 9 times against the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I think that between Vaughn and Donald, I think Burrow's going to be on his backside a lot. And I think you have Jamar Chase going against the top corner in football, in my personal opinion, in Jalen Ramsey. So I just think that of all the teams that could have went to the Super Bowl to match up with the Bengals, that really the Rams kind of present the worst possible outcome for them. My hope is at the end of the game, Joe Burrow says, I can't win in Cincinnati. I want to be a Steeler immediately.
Mm-hmm. I would like that. Here's actually a really good question. So Art says, and Art's local to the Pittsburgh region. I think you're maybe West Virginia-ish, but you the culture of football there, where me and Marty are from. So Rams fan base is really weird. The people that are Rams fans are really passionate Rams fans, but they don't travel like Steeler fans and other fan bases, I guess, just because they've been uprooted several times. But one thing I noticed for even the NFC Championship last game, unless you had an LA or somewhere within the Los Angeles area as your zip code or whatever, you couldn't even buy tickets because they were actually worried that the 49ers would basically have home field advantage in the Rams stadium because of, just because it's not like Pittsburgh or like Arrowhead or Green Bay or even Dallas to an extent, where it's just like the people there are just Raiders. It's not even like that. You know what I mean? Where people are.
I mean, you saw that firsthand in Pittsburgh. How many Raider fans were there?
Yeah, you guys travel. You guys definitely travel.
And guess what? We get to do it again this year.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the one thing I will say is there's not as many, and it may not really be that much of like a home field advantage. Just like your follow-up question was, it may not be that much of a. Just depends on how many people actually come that like the Bengals, because like a lot of people will go to see their team play in the Super Bowl. So David saying Bengals in a close one. He said, 9 times sacked and still for a win. I agree. Joe Burrow is like, in my opinion, outside of Patrick Mahomes, I think Burrow is the best quarterback, like young quarterback in the league. Like, obviously not like, I'm not saying that he's like as good as Tom Brady or anything like that. I'm just saying like right now, as far as young quarterbacks that have potential to be a face of the league, I think that he's as good as Mahomes as anyone else. But I mean, honestly, if the Bengals won, outside of the fact I'm a Steelers fan, I would be happy just because, like, I'm genuinely a Joe Burrow fan. Like, I would love to see that kid win more Super Bowls than Brady, even though he's in
shut your mouth.
Steelers division. I know. Wouldn't that be nasty if the Bengals, like, went on to be a dynasty? I just threw up in my mouth. That's awful. Why do I even think these things? I feel like I need to go in a corner and just chant Jesus to myself, like, Bengals, Super Bowl. It just doesn't seem right. What is going on in the world?
You want to mute out, and then I can jump in this.
All right. So here's the all preconceived notions. There's only been, 2 players in NFL history that have won a national championship, Heisman, and a Super Bowl, and they're both named Joe. Right? It's the Chinese New Year, Year of the Tiger. Bengals in the Super Bowl. And for that reason, I'm fading Paul.
He doesn't have the shirt on, though, so it doesn't count.
Hang on. I made a little thing, but Anthony didn't put it up yet. But for that reason, and I've followed Matt Stafford when he was on the Detroit Lions from his rookie years. I just can't go away from Matt Stafford. This guy has earned to play in this game. He's earned a chance to win the Super Bowl. And for the defensive purposes, the Rams defense is going to probably win them this game. Unless McPherson goes crazy kicking field goals for the Bengals. But you look at the weapons on the defensive end compared to the defensive weapons that the Bengals have. And then the difference in this game is going to be Cam Akers or Sony Michel on short line, 3rd and short, 3rd and goal. It's proven. So I'm going to say 27-24 Rams.
I can see that. That's a very realistic possibility.
That's where I'm leaning. So,
Well, that matters too, man.
hey, what's up? Are you taking the Rams or not?
The Rams, baby.
There's another one. Fade Paul.
Yeah.
Fade Paul. I just think the defense for the Rams is just too strong.
As long as it's a great game, I think both teams. I think for the first time in a long time, both of the teams that are there deserve to be there. You know,
definitely.
The last number of Super Bowls, there's always a team that sneaks in or something like that. But I mean, I think this year, I think both teams who are there deserve to be there. You know what I mean? They've all. I mean, I think any one of the from the second round on, like any one of those teams deserve to be there because of this the way that they've played. You know, no Cinderella stories this year. Everybody stayed at the top of their division for a while. You know, played really well. So that's what both of these teams deserve to win the game.
No doubt. I would love to see Aaron Donald just because that's the hometown guy for me. And honestly, man, I thought Matt Stafford throughout his career has been so criminally underrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you can't
agree.
polish a turd. You can't polish a turd at the end of the day. And I'm sorry for all my Lions fans in here if there are any, but your team habitually
Lions
sucks.
have fans?
Yes.
Okay.
But I love me some Matt Stafford, man. I really hope to see him do well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would love to see that guy.
I mean, look at the teams. Look at the caliber of teams that the Bengals have played. And, like, I know you guys we're talking about defense for the Rams, but, I mean, look, they went up against Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and they shut down in the second quarter. You know, the game before that, the same. They went up against their defense was going up against some top-rated offense and pretty much shut them down. I mean, even the Raiders. I'd say the Raiders' offense is very similar to the Rams' offense. You know, they run kind of the same sets. They kind of run some of the same plays, and they kind of kept them in check too. So, I mean, don't count out the Bengals' defense as well.
Deshaun Jackson, OBJ, and Cooper Kupp.
I mean, Hunter Renfrow was no slack this year. I mean, so don't count him out. I mean,
Renfrow was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, Renfrow and Cooper Kupp are almost the same player.
No, they're not. They're both white. That's it.
Dude, I want some of your stash, Paul. It sounds amazing.
Spider says, if you were inclined to throw a few shekels down,
Hunter Renfrow,
and you had to pick an MVP of the Super Bowl.
Marty, go look at his stats. If you don't believe me, go look at his stats.
Dude, he actually was like a top 10 producer, man. Renfrow.
He was in the Pro Bowl this year.
I had him in fantasy.
Don't make me.
Yep.
That's the only reason I will stand behind Renfrow. He like carried my one team.
Cooper Kupp had 145.
But yeah, Kupp is like literally.
If you're going to take Renfrow around the time you take Kupp, I want in your leagues, bro.
Yeah, I'm in.
Your homer's showing.
That's like me and my James Conner.
He won the slouch this year. I'm purely basing it off.
He's a good player. I'm not taking that away.
Ran a similar offense. That's all I'm saying.
I will say Renfrow vastly outproduced OBJ this year, fantasy wise.
There, but I mean, like, if we're going to be honest, at best case scenario, Renfrow is a Kmart version of Cooper Kupp.
You sent one to my Slack.
And don't get me wrong, I like the kid. I'd take him over pretty much any receiver on my squad. There you go.
I'd say maybe a target.
That's cool. I like that.
There we go. Going back in. Few shackles.
So who are we looking at for MVP?
I'll throw you a dark horse. I will throw you a dark horse. Odell Beckham Jr.
I like it.
He's probably like plus 500. So
You're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to take Kupp out if
even though I'm gonna go against my. I'm gonna say Aaron Donald. Just the passion he's gonna play on Sunday. I really think that, like, if he comes and he keeps himself in check, he doesn't try to overplay, he'll run away with the MVP. If he puts Burrow on his ass a few times, he's gonna win the MVP.
yeah. If he gets like 3 sacks, yeah, you can see that.
I'm going to say if the Rams win, Cooper Kupp will be the MVP. I'm going to say that if the Bengals win, Joe Burrow is going to be the MVP.
I would have to honestly on this one. I would agree with Paul. I would say Aaron Donald, but just because I love a good story, I'm throwing out a dark horse here. Cam Akers, Super Bowl MVP. What a story that would be from him being hurt pretty much all
ACL.
season, coming back to win the MVP.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm a sucker for that underdog story, man.
Yeah, that's solid.
Is that how you pick the Bengals?
Dude, I called that. Now, honestly, man, there's not a quarterback in the league with a calmer demeanor than Joe Burrow. Like, if anyone had listened to anything I've said over the last year and a half, it was by Burrow.
Well, let's be honest. Most of those games that Joe Burrow won this playoffs, you picked those games just
Big ball. That's funny.
You like your thinking, Chef. Joel
That's
says
what's up.
Cup would be best bang for a Buck MVP play. Stafford would be the obvious if the Rams win, but Cup would pay more. Yeah, I just think
If I was
Cup has
throwing
the
money on it,
ability-
it probably would be Cup.
Cup has the ability to like literally say Stafford throws 4 touchdowns. He has the ability to have 3 of those 4.
Yeah.
That's just like if I'm down and I have to gun it to one player, it's going to be Cooper Kupp. Like I don't care if you have 3 on him and OBJ is like single covered. Like I'm still going to Cooper Kupp, and I think Stafford like that's his guy. So like
You
on
know
the
what?
grandest stage, he'll probably rely on him.
If you've noticed the last couple games, he's been working Odell Beckham early to open up for Cooper Kupp. If we haven't noticed that.
Yeah, because the last game, both of them had over 100 yards, right?
Yep.
I could totally see Jalen Ramsey having a big game because Burrow's going to want to involve Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that means
I would say the
Higginson
real-
has a big game too. I think that's a pick your poison battle right there with Chase and Higgins. You're going to have to shut one of them down, but the other one's going to kill you.
Yeah, and then you got.
I'd
the
rather
other
take it.
Pittsburgh
I'd
boy.
rather take a slow death by Higgins.
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too. I mean,
Yeah,
and
very slow
don't
down.
snatch on Joe Mixon. I mean, that kid can have a. I had him on fantasy. That kid could go. I mean, he could just go off and then you're done. So
Then you got the Pittsburgh boy and Tyler Boyd who can ball too. He's capable of being a number 1 receiver somewhere, I think.
Yeah. Let's be honest. though. The real MVP of this game is the Bengals for keeping Mahomes' annoying ass brother out of the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yes.
let's parlay into something else. Who are you looking forward to performing the most for the halftime show?
Pretty much like that entire halftime show, man. Like I
can't wait to see Dr. Dre come out of retirement to perform. He
Really?
hasn't performed in many, many years.
Yeah,
I've seen them all live.
Well, you live in LA.
At the Up in Smoke in 1999.
I used to have that DVD.
Nice.
Dude, Eminem came out, and it was another.
Hey, are
planet.
you both on
Everyone-
right now on your mics? It's like
muted.
real shitty connection. Excuse my language.
We're just gonna use my mic for the rest of this. Can you hear him good on here too?
You should.
Good now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Eminem was like on a whole other level, but when they have Dre and Snoop and you hear nothing but a G thing, it's like, oh well, too late.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the most. I'm hoping for one of the best halftime performances in a many, many years.
I was low key hoping this jagoff over here was gonna get us into the game and we could be there for that.
Jesse,
halftime show.
do you have the suite?
That would be nice. Keelan, what's up, my man? Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you being here.
The big question is the national anthem going to be under 2 minutes and 22 seconds?
Who's singing it?
It's a country girl,
Country singer.
right?
Country singer. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I got to
It's
see.
I think
I
it's
would
a country
imagine it's
girl.
not going to be overly weird if it's a country singer. Like
No,
some people have gotten like
I heard it the other
really
day.
weird with it.
It's a country girl, and her average is 1 minute and 26 seconds.
What?
Nice.
I heard it on the radio. I heard they were talking about it on the radio the other
It's
day.
the fastest freaking national anthem ever.
Nice. Art was at Up in Smoke in Pittsburgh.
Attaboy,
That is
Art.
what's up.
Attaboy.
Yeah, that was the tour back in the day, man. Like that was like the place to be.
I think I saw something on Facebook. I said there's going to be many children who's going to be surprised by their parents' reaction.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's a really good question too. And this is like low key something that we're all already doing. Who's someone you're buying low on that you think will break out next football season?
I think Marty and I have the same answer on this one. Trevor Lawrence.
I have yes, that's my obvious answer. Trevor Lawrence, without question. I've been stalking up.
Trevor Lawrence.
But honestly, my number 2 that I'm looking at, because I think this guy's been done a world of this service. I like Daniel Jones. Like, I want to see what he can do with, like, this. Hopefully, this coaching staff can figure it out. Maybe they get him an elite weapon or two. And but dude, that guy's got he's got a cannon for an arm, a cannon.
Mhm.
So I just think he's literally had like no consistency at coach or coordinators, and I want to see what he can do.
I think another buy right now might be Kyle Trask.
Yeah, I mean, with TB12 gone, if he gets a starting gig,
I wonder if they give him the green light or not.
I'm going high risk. I've been low key picking up some Zach Wilson stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
Love it.
I think the Jets are going to give him every opportunity to be successful.
And that's what I think too. They're gonna they're gonna do what they can to surround him. That's why I think there's more upside than downside.
I agree.
100%.
Me and Marty actually talked about this a little bit on my drive into work today. But even Herbie's down a little bit with Burrow erupting so hard right now.
Yep.
Even Herbie's a little bit down, but granted the season just ended. He was eliminated. Right. He wasn't part of the playoffs or whatever. But yeah, it might not even be a bad time to grab a couple Herbies, now that you're starting to see his stuff start to tick down a little bit. But yeah, I agree. Trevor Lawrence is a good time to pick up some of his stuff, especially because you figure he was literally like the hottest player in football, like before the season started, you know what I mean? And now you can get his stuff for, considerably less than it was earlier. So he's definitely a good one to be picking up. But yeah, I mean, right now, what I'm kind of going after is just me and Marty were talking about even just how the rated rookies always seem to hold value, and also, they're not going to give you like the prism numbers, that are. It's not going to be the first card that goes up in value, but they always consistently go up in value year over year for the most part. So I've been really looking into a lot of just players that I believe in, just rated rookie stuff, press proofs, different color variations, like different stuff like that is kind of what like my investable eye's been looking for. Like nothing like super, super high end, but here's the thing. You can get say 10 rated rookies for the price of like 2 prisms and still make the same profit once you kind of factor in the fact that you have more of them. So I've been kind of just going after that like low hanging fruit, just stuff that I know is pretty safe, and just trying to like kind of get it in players that I think are going to be better, like the Trevor Lawrences of the world, like the Herbert's, because I know that even though Herbert's been one of the more expensive cards, he's going to maintain that value, and I believe that he's going to be an even better quarterback in the future. So he's definitely somebody that now that he's a little bit lower, I look into. But like right after a season and like within the next month or two, you guys are going to start to see a lot of these cards tail off, like in, just being hot and, everybody chasing after him. And that's going to be the best time to really go after him, because the value is going to be at the lowest before it starts climbing for next season. Even Mahomes right now, his stuff is starting to drop a little bit. I've been tracking his Donruss rated rookies. I have a optic one. I was trying to get a Donruss one as well. But Art says maybe it's
Mac Jones is another one.
Yeah, Mac Jones, absolutely.
Marty knows a little bit.
His rated rookie I saw at an SGC 9 for under $50 yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up Sports Card Investor to see who's on the top right now.
Everybody's forgotten about Jordan Love. Yeah, that kid's in a great position, especially if there's no Aaron Rodgers there to compete with. He's in a really good
I didn't forget about him. I just don't have any faith in him.
I'll throw a caveat there, though, with Jordan Love. If he has to go into this season with like a St. Brown or who's like their secondary receivers, like if Devontae Adams isn't there, what are they doing for that high-end receiver? Because if he doesn't have elite talent around him, like they're setting him up for failure.
I agree. You definitely have to maintain something there, because I mean, even just him stepping in with Devontae Adams, you got to imagine there's going to be a drop off from Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks that's ever touched a football. You know what I mean? So anybody stepping in there, barring, it being like a Montana to Young transition, you know what I mean? There's going to be some kind of growing pains. And even with, like, say, Devontae Adams balling out, like, there's probably still going to be a decline on that end too, just because they don't have the years of rapport like him and Rodgers had. But I mean, I think he has talent, you know what I mean? And he's had time to sit behind one of the greatest. So, if and Green Bay's proven that they're able to develop a quarterback that way already. So I don't know, man. Like I can't count them out. I can't just say that he's not going to be great, but I do think that Devontae Adams is going to be key to him, like, balling if he is going to be good. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And honestly, if Rodgers does leave and he comes to Pittsburgh, I hope they all follow him here, especially that Adams guy. He can come.
Yeah. I will gladly give up one Juju Smith-Schuster for a Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I like Juju, though. Maybe Juju could be our fourth receiver. You think he'd be down for that?
We'll see.
Although I want to see consistency out of Claypool this year, man. Like, I was very, very – although, honestly, I don't want to say it, but I think it's Mike Tomlin. I really think the issue with my Steelers is Mike Tomlin is just not – I love Mike Tomlin, don't get me wrong, but this dude doesn't keep the team disciplined enough. Like, most of the big issues I have with them are all issues that, like, a more disciplined team, like, wouldn't have, I think.
I don't know. I've said the
It's been
same thing, that they
consistent
played
this
down
year.
the competition. Like, I think the biggest thing, honestly, for at least Claypool this year is Ben's arm. Like, Claypool is a deep ball receiver. That is his strength. Ben Roethlisberger was captain checkdown this year.
Yeah.
I think that it did not play to Claypool's strength, but I think he was his own worst enemy in a lot of stuff too. His attitude sucked this year. Like, I'm hoping the dude gets into counseling or something.
Yeah, so Mason Rudolph taking the Steelers to Super Bowl heaven and winning number 7. I wish that would be the case. I mean, hey, Mason Rudolph can turn it around and actually be good. I support Mason Rudolph, but if not, I'm all for someone else coming and not having him be our quarterback this year. Like, I would be more than happy if, like, Jimmy G was like, hey, I'll come be your quarterback.
I cannot say I'm a Rudolph believer.
Yeah, I'm not a big Rudolph fan, but no shade at Mason
In a
Rudolph.
perfect world, honestly, I'd love to see us trade for Paul's quarterback.
I would like that too. You want Mason Rudolph?
No, I'm good.
I
do think
when the Raiders say they don't want you, there's a problem.
I do think the Raiders do move off of him either this year or next year.
I would gladly take David Carr. Joel says, buy, sell, or hold on Jonathan Taylor. For me on Taylor, I'm on a holding pattern. The issue, though, with being in a holding pattern with Taylor is I think there's going to be a little bit of a drop-off to his game, because I don't think that he's going to have 2 straight or 3 straight. Like, after a while, there's always some kind of injury or something that stops elite running backs. So whether it's this year or the next one, there's probably an injury coming. I hope not, but, like, it just seems like that's kind of the trend. Like, with, like, guys that should be, like, number 1 draftable running backs.
To me, Taylor's a sell all day. My reason for saying Taylor's a sell all day. Do you remember when Adrian Peterson was like a Hall of Fame lock, one of the best running backs of all times? His stuff is down super low. And unfortunately, you're going to see that with almost any non-quarterback, and also, occasionally you might get a receiver that sneaks in, but by and large, the value in football long-term holds is quarterback. So if you can turn that Taylor that you bought for 20 into $100, you'd be probably wise to do so.
Sure. Yeah, I think the Taylor's going to have like a few more good years to where you can still probably get a little bit higher value on the resale. So like if you don't need the money, like obviously there's better investments that like say football wise, like quarterbacks that you could be putting the money into. But again, it could just be like it's still the same thing that applies with like the rated rookie to the prism. You know what I mean? If you just have multiple of the running backs compared to the quarterback, you can still make money. It just, it's basically apples and oranges to an extent. Keelan was asking, would Pittsburgh trade for Minshew? I could see that happening, especially if it's not like them giving up a whole lot. Like here's like a 6 or a 7. Let us have like Minshew to kind of come in and compete with like Rudolph and what's his name from the U?
Haskins.
OSU, yeah. Haskins. Yeah, Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne.
I'd say if we traded for Minshew, he'd automatically be the most proven quarterback on the roster.
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree. I'd be cool with that. I mean, honestly, though, I really think that this is one of the better years for being able to get a decent quarterback. Like, dude, imagine like even just a Kirk Cousins. That's better than like Big Ben has been the past couple of years. Like,
Yeah, I see a lot of quarterbacks moving this offseason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even if we end up with like a stopgap guy, you know what I mean, just until we can like draft the next Big Ben or do whatever, you know what I mean, like. I'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him be like, okay, let's just let Mason Rudolph have a shot. Because then it's like, okay, well, you're just discounting the fact that you have a Super Bowl winning defense already. You know what I mean? Like you literally have like receivers for days. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have a really good running back, a really good tight end. Like they have pieces that could, if they, put them together right and coach them right, they could win a championship like soon, just barring having a competent quarterback that's able to carry them and lead them there. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Minshew's probably too good to be a backup, especially with, some of the quarterbacks have just like not really panned out. So his legal issues. Yeah. That'd be a real interesting one, Freddie. Deshaun Watson getting through some legal issues. The Steelers did give Michael Vick a job though, so you know what I mean. That they could. I mean, I know that they normally don't go for people that have like some kind of a blemish like that, but they have. They did employ Michael Vick, so you never know. So. Did want to give a shout out to my homie Mel, Castlevania reseller. She had sent me a email earlier, and I guess she's going through some issues with her dog. And I'm gonna just throw some of the details in the chat if anyone's interested in helping out someone in the card community. You guys may have seen her in a vlog before. She's gone to some of the Pittsburgh shows with me, but really, really awesome person. The cool thing about Mel, she was the first person that actually graded a card with TGT too. So just wanted to share that. She's going through a few difficulties with her dog or whatnot. She's like disabled, so she's having some troubles. So I'm gonna just share her GoFundMe in the chat. No one has to feel like they have to do anything, but I told her like what little bit of a platform I have, I'll share it to see if it can help her. So
sounds like we may need to bring back a Sunday auction to help Mel out.
Yeah, we may have to throw together a special auction just to help her out with this. That's a good idea.
I'm in, dude. I have cards for it.
Yeah. But here is her GoFundMe link. So anybody that is interested in helping out Mel, there's the information right there in the chat. Again, nobody feel like you have to do anything to help her, but She did tell me about it, and I did tell her that I would pass it along, to the people during the show today. Pittsburgh, I think we got enough draft compensation to get him. It would just depend on how much they want. Dave says Sunday auction and sell some #fade Paul shirts.
I don't even have
I
one.
knew this was a good idea. We're monetizing fading you now.
I love it.
Where's my shirt at? Nobody sent me a damn shirt.
I know. We can get you one. The problem is me and Marty actually paid an obscene amount to get these shirts printed in like 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so they're these probably aren't the ones we want to sell because we'll lose a lot of money. Yeah,
We'll have to get them printed on Jordan shirts or something.
Yeah.
100% agree with that.
Here's a hypothetical for you, Anth. Okay, and Paul. Let's say hypothetically the Browns end up with a Russell Wilson or an Aaron Rodgers, one of those established quarterbacks. How would you feel about Baker Mayfield in Pittsburgh?
I'd be fine with Baker. Anybody that's better than what we've had, I'm fine with. Because honestly, Baker, in my opinion, would probably I'm going to get roasted by everybody in Cleveland. Because trust me, people know I love Cleveland. But I feel like Baker would be a stopgap. I don't think he's what Burrow is. I don't even think he's what he is.
No, not even close. You're right.
So
if you had your choice between, let's say, a Garoppolo.
I'd be very happy to have him for the next 5 to 6, maybe even 8 years as the Steelers quarterback. Like, I'd be more than happy with that. But I don't think he's going to be.
This is what I think, and this is why I think Derek Carr has limited. I think either this year or next year he's going to be moved. There's a lot of and Pittsburgh is kind of going to fall in that category. How much longer is Tomlin going to be there? And the guy that they bring in, how much is he going to want to keep what Tomlin left? So, is the general manager with plans of Tomlin moving on pretty soon to, maybe moving away from him and going a different direction, going to want to bring in a quarterback and sign him for a long term? I mean, how much longer do you see Tomlin in Pittsburgh?
I know personally, I don't see Tomlin going anywhere for a long time.
You think so? I mean, I don't know. I don't know the culture.
The Rooney's love him.
Yeah, I don't think they would get
with the
rid
whole
of
thing
him
where he's
barring
never
a
had a
complete
losing
flop.
season. How do you justify getting rid of him?
Yeah,
I got you.
Tom, what is up, my man? Good to see you, brother. Always.
What's up, you guy?
So the main question I think a lot of people are wondering though, any good pickups this week, boys? I'll get us started. I got a couple new slabs came in last night. First one is this Mosaic 9.5 CSG of Chase Claypool autograph. I got this like stupid cheap. I think I paid like $40 for that. Like right now, guys, CSG's like you can get such great value on eBay. I picked this up, CSG 9. It's a Britt Baker rookie card. So had to have one of those. I didn't have one in my collection. So those are like the two.
Didn't you get a couple wrestling autographs?
Oh, dude, I got a bunch of wrestling autographs. Yeah, they're like all like being scanned currently. So
no, didn't you get two specific wrestling autographs this week?
I did, but I didn't want to spoil your vlog.
Don't worry about it.
None
of these people are going to watch my vlog anyways.
I bet you some of these people will watch your vlog. All right, tell you what, I'll do a teaser. I got 2 really awesome wrestling autographs this past week from my guy Gate City Paul. And if you want to see what awesome autographs I got from Gate City Paul, you got to watch his vlog that he's releasing this week.
Tomorrow. I'm going to put it out tomorrow.
In his video with these. How about that?
There you go. See, you're a good pitch man.
I'm intrigued already.
Yeah, the only thing I picked up this week is I got a bunch of wax this week. So I mean, I got a few just kind of base lamellos, out of Rip and Wax. So I mean, which is kind of cool. I got those out of Contenders. Got a bunch of other Contenders, rookie stuff. A ton of hoops rookies from this year's hoops rookie class. So I ripped a bunch of wax this week. So that's all I really picked up.
So here's a good question from
also coming up on the vlog is all the wax that I ripped.
Oh, I like it.
Nice.
So David's asking, is TGT looking at doing any sort of exclusive celebrity deal? May even do your own collector card for said celeb to have signed. We have pitched around the idea of doing some stuff like that. We don't have anything 100% set in stone, but I would imagine you'll probably see us doing some pretty cool stuff with some pretty cool people, over the next few months or whatever. Anything else you want to say to that, Alan? You said I'm scanning. Leave me alone.
Nope.
This dude over here working. You know what Alan reminds me of when he works? He reminds me of what's that dude from The Hobbit?
Bilbo Baggins.
No, not Bilbo.
Bilbo Baggins.
The really ugly. Not saying that you're ugly, but the dude that's
Smeagol?
trash. Yeah, Smeagol.
Oh, you want me
Gollum.
He his
Smeagol.
Gollum.
No,
precious
Gollum.
ring. So when you
Yeah.
guys send in cards, literally, you give this man dust explosions.
It's my precious.
Did you see?
Look at Chris's comment for a celebrity that exclusive celebrity deal.
Yes.
It is my precious.
But yeah, I would imagine we will have something like that coming soon. David, in particular, we actually want to talk to you specifically about some stuff we have going on. So we'll shoot you an email and connect with you sometime this week. Can you have Danhausen as your first celeb? I'm not against it. Nor am I against Tony Hansen available for celebrity endorsements. Not that I think anybody would pay money for that because,
I don't know. That chokeslam game is sick.
it really is. The way I grip a man's neck, something quite erotic about it.
I think seeing as how you and I both have some Jaleel White autos, that should be our rep right there.
That
Our
should be
first
instant
endorsement.
street cred. I could literally walk down the streets of could you imagine if I strode up in Compton right now and people are like, "What are you doing, punk?" And I'm like, "Punk? Dude, I have a Jaleel White autograph. Thank you."
Loser.
And then dude just is like, "Oh, my bad, homie. I didn't realize that you were rocking with Jaleel White." You know what I mean?
Correct.
That's just the way I roll, Marty.
I respect it.
Absolutely.
So I got just a couple of new things. You'll
That's
see a
true,
lot more
Combs.
next week, though. I promise.
Smeagol is the good side. But that is Alan's good side, though, because when Alan does that, he gets all of our cards done.
Oh,
Ooh. Let me make you beg. Is that a chrome, Marty, or is that a paper?
Nah, it's paper, but I got this for what I felt was a steal. It's the only reason. Typically I buy 9 or above, but honestly, this was so affordable. I don't know what's up with Kobe's stuff, but he's got a documentary dropping, I think, in the summer. So I think he's a good play.
Shout out to my guy.
Outside
Glenn
of that, though, I
Smokepicker.
just picked up some Donruss. I picked up a couple hobby packs Donruss. I got the Luka Net Marbles, a LeBron Net Marbles, Edwards jersey card, Curry Net Marbles, Crunch Time. This is a press proof right here. Let me move my fat finger to get it out of the way, but that is a press proof. LeBron James Zero Gravity press proof, and then little Middleton out of 10. And this kills me because this card is awesome, but it's a crap player. 1 of 1, Troy Brown Jr.
Who?
I don't know, man. I stay pulling crap 1 of 1s.
Dude, that's rough, man. That is
Yeah.
rough. You
Couldn't
do
have been
pull
LaMelo
crap.
or Edwards or Braun.
Oh, dude, I got to give it to my guy,
I
Dave.
have a baseball 1 of 1 I pulled. I couldn't tell you who the dude is.
I remember that. I think I was there when you pulled it. We might have recorded it.
I pulled the printing.
brother.
I pulled a 101 printing plate of some. He was some 4th string wide receiver for the Cowboys. That's the only 101 I've ever pulled.
Nice.
Yeah.
The only one I've ever
sold-
pulled.
I put it on auction on eBay and sold it for
Oh,
like
I did pull that
$85.
already.
But
I did pull 2 one-of-ones then.
Nice. You got
Yes,
your
so
wrestler.
shout out to David for the clutch Kid and Play reference. Like, dude, I don't know about you guys, but like Kid and Play was like they were those dudes when we were kids, man. I used to always steal my aunt's Kid and Play VHS tapes and watch them whenever she would babysit us. Because like I always wanted to
House
have
party.
a tall eraser hair, but I didn't realize as a little boy that as a Caucasian boy, I would not be able to grow an eraser head. But I had always ascribed to have that eraser-like haircut. But now, luckily, in my older age, my nephew has eraser hair, so it finally hit the family. So that works out quite well.
Yeah.
Tom says haven't been following basketball after the Bills broke my heart. Oh my god, that Bills game, 13 friggin' seconds, man. I can only imagine how a Bills fan would feel after that game, man. Like, yeah, that's rough. Man, Josh Allen is the absolute truth, though, man. Like, that kid is good. That's another card I just picked up this week. I just traded the chef for a rated rookie of Josh Allen because I didn't have any. Oh, that's awesome. They're local to LA. That's what's up, man.
Nice.
Guys, we're going to get ready to wrap up the show here real soon. Is there anything that you guys would like to share before we skedaddle for the week? Updates.
right now we have no backlog. Submit your cards.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Get them in.
Virtual grading positions available and
Yes.
in-house too.
Yes.
Ty Cobb still sucks.
Yeah, Ty Cobb is such a douche, guys. Like, we stand behind the fact that Ty Cobb sucks here at Transparent Grading.
Those guys.
Yeah. Or basically anybody that practices Ty Cobbism, we just are not down with you, and you guys should kick rocks.
If you're of the Ty Cobbian variety, we just don't have time for that.
Yes. But if you have Ty Cobb cards, we will still grade them. But we will probably look down on you for sending them.
Definitely.
But I guess the big things Alan just mentioned is we are still looking for people that want to be virtual graders. So if you're interested in that, get a hold of us. You can get a hold of us on Instagram. You can email us at transparentgradingteam@gmail.com. And then we're also looking to bring some more people in office too. So if anybody is wanting to find a job in California and you're local to the area or want to be local to the area, get at us for that as well. You'd be working right in this room with Alan, I, and Marty half the month.
This just taking the fact that Marty only goes to the office part-time if you want to work in the office.
Yeah.
Take into effect, you're going to hear a lot of terrible conversation as well.
Yeah. We get paid to talk about some things you probably shouldn't be talking about. Especially in a work setting. Yes, that happens. Super Bowl pick. We all picked the Rams, but Paul picked the Bengals, and we faded Paul. We had to listen to the shirt. Yes, sir. We did make the picks. It was 3 for the Rams and 1 for the Bengals. What's up, AJ? Good to see you, brother. Hate to say hi and bye, but I think we are getting ready to roll. Mark, do you got anything you want to share?
Not really. Just anybody who has awesome cards and they want to trade, hit your boy up on Insta.
Yeah, touche. I guess that would be awesome too. Anybody that wants to trade, you can hit me up too. I want all of your Steelers, Cavaliers, and weird items. You have Helen Keller's. I'm your guy.
I'm putting out a lookout right now. My man Hot Hands. He needs, I believe it's the D and the I in this spellbound Luka Doncic. If anyone has that, hit your boy up, either me or Hot Hands.
He also needs the C and the K to complete his full lunch.
I do have the C. I have double C, but there's no K in the first name yet that I haven't found.
AJ, the easiest way to reach me is on Instagram. It's right
Around
below.
him.
It's Picksburgh 74.
Reach around him.
Yeah, we're still about that Ty Cobb lifestyle. Yeah, Joe B definitely was LSU. Absolutely. He actually borderline renounced Ohio State and basically said, I want to be remembered for being an LSU Tiger. So I thought that was kind of cool to anyone who's a big LSU guy. What wrestlers do I want? Right now, I'm looking for a lot of the older guys, 80s wrestlers, 90s wrestlers, and I like to collect the women's wrestlers too. This one's one I'm going after pretty heavy right now, Britt Baker, because I'm hoping Loki one day she marries me, but she's going to have to leave Adam Cole for that to happen. So, maybe that'll happen one day. You never know. But yeah, I mean, just there's not like any one specific like wrestler or anything like that I'm looking for. Just a little bit of everything. I've been really building out the wrestling collection a lot lately. Tom says he wants the Rams just because how many more chances Staff are going to have? That's true.
0. This is the last one.
Yeah, dude, that is awesome, man. You stack some Burrow and Chase and Jefferson and Clyde Hilaire. Nice. Yeah, exactly, Joel. He says, can't wait for the Super Bowl to be over so people can stop posting older Chronicles Joe Burrows. Hey, I am one of those gentlemen who just sold a Chronicles Joe Burrow, I'll have you know, and I got a wonderful $35 for it.
This is true.
Awesome, brother. Sounds good. Yeah, I would love to. Any of you guys that want to trade or whatever, hit me and the chef up. We would love to talk trades or whatever. I got a ton of stuff available currently. Would you like to be able to slab the 1986 Monty Gum Wrestling All-Stars cards? It's a bit smaller in size. We probably can. We just have to actually, can I tell them about the special thing you had built? The thing for the Pokemon cards?
Not the company, but yeah.
Yeah, so Alan had a meeting with a company I'm not allowed to tell you the name of yet, but they're making us a special thing that we're going to put Pokemon cards in, TCG cards, stuff that's like a weird size to like fit more perfectly in our mold. So those will be available very soon. So yes, we should be able to do those 86 Wrestling All-Stars, which are amazing. I really want to get one of the 82 Wrestling All-Star Ric Flair cards really badly. That's awesome, brother. Yeah, I'll be watching the game with the chef. He comes back to LA Super Bowl Sunday.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys. So we are going to wrap it up, though. I appreciate y'all being here. We will see you again next week for another episode. I will have a vlog of some form out on the channel this week and maybe some more stuff. I don't know yet. It just depends. We've been super busy here at the office trying to get everything perfect for you guys, but I hope to pick up the regular daily content again here soon. But again, guys, we appreciate you. Until next time, may God bless you. Take it easy.
The city is